Yo, what's going on, guys? So check it. Today is a beautiful day. So today I got my mud flaps in. I ended up ordering the Rally Point mud flaps. I'll put the link in the description below. Let's go do this install. I've been waiting for these mud flaps. I got them on Amazon. They look sick. I really need them because the roads out here in Colorado are fucked up. So hey, let's go do this install.
So yo, buy some extra clips. I got these off Amazon for pretty cheap. Now you don't have to take your front tires off, but you do have to turn them to the side that you're working on. So if you're working on the right side, turn the tires to the right. Now you're gonna need to remove 3 clips with a Phillips and either a flathead or a pry tool. So I ended up having to use a little bit of alcohol on the bottom two because they were stuck and they just didn't want to fucking move. Now pry back the splash shield. Now there's a clip on the bottom you can take out to make more room, but it's not necessary. Now just make sure you have the right mud flap for the side that you're working on and everything else that you need. The top 2 are going to be S clips, the bottom's going to be a U clip. Make sure you put the clips on the right way. Now on the metal bracket on one end of it, the end that has one hole, you're going to see cuts in it. That's where you're going to want to bend the bracket slightly up, away from the RallyArmor logo. Essentially what that does is it holds the mud flap back so you're able to turn your tire without hitting the mud flap. Now just insert that long clip on the side without the logo. Before you put the mud flap on, make sure you tuck the liner back into place. Alright, looks good. Now make sure you grab the spacer before you screw in the bottom middle screw. Now once you get that one in, just put the top 2 screws in. Don't tighten everything down just yet. Alright, now once you have all the screws in there, you're just going to want to align it. Walk to the back of the car, look at it, and adjust it accordingly. When you have it where you want it, tighten those bitches down. Once it's all tightened down, turn your tires to make sure you have clearance. Bada bing, bada boom, front's done. So moving on to the back, now you're gonna have to remove the back tire unless you have this. And I'll show you why later. But I also have rear spats, and I noticed that my spats did not align with the bumper. It wasn't flush, so I decided to cut it to make it flush. Now, after doing so, and after installing the mud flaps, I realized you don't have to do that. But, oh well. Alright, so you're going to want to remove this bottom clip. Now, if you bend the bracket slightly like this, it tends to fit a little better. Okay, so just pull the bumper back slightly and tuck the bracket in. Fits just like I like my women, nice and tight. Okay, make sure you put the clip on. It goes at a slightly downward angle. Alright, make sure the holes line up, then just insert the clip on the bottom. Almost done. Now put the nut on the bottom back and the top. Alright, so just make sure you hand tighten everything at first. Now this screw that you put in the middle is why you have to take your tire off unless you have this. Because other than this tool or something similar to it, you won't be able to tighten that screw down because the tire gets in the way. Alright, now just like the front, once you have everything adjusted the way that you want it, go ahead and tighten everything down. Okay, another issue I ran into. I noticed this was crooked, and that's because, you see that? I don't know if you see it. See how much play there is? I think what happened is this clip is supposed to go through my splat, the bumper, the bracket, and this piece. I don't think I went through this piece. Therefore, that's why it's moving right there.
it's not solid. So I gotta take this out and try to get through all 4 of these.
So I was right, and it was a fucking bitch to get that clip in. Going through 4 layers of material was hard as fuck. Now, if you don't have rear spats, it's probably going to be easier, but in my case, I ended up having to use these. What's going on, guys? So I've been driving around with the mud flaps for about a day now. They work great. They look good. Install was pretty easy. Hey, car's looking sexy.